Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. This is your reading lesson for April 29th. Our goals for today. I can read the sight words want, could, and day. I can blend letters to make sounds. And I can reread to understand the story. So we're sight words this week. Our first word is want. W-A-N-T, want. I want a piece of pizza. Our next sight word is could. C-O-U-L-D. Could. Could you bring me a glass of water? And our last sight word this week is the word day. Spell it with me. D-A-Y, day. What day is today? All right. And before we move on to this, I hope that you are watching those sight word videos. Something fun to do with those every day or any day is the Play-Doh. Just a suggestion, definitely not something you have to do, but it is a little bit more fun than just sitting there watching. So try that if you need something to keep you going. Try some Play-Doh. All right, and for phonics today, we are going to review some of our hunks and chunks that we have learned. Actually, we were going to review 3 of them. So we are going to watch Jack Hartman as he helps us do that.
Jack Hartman! Kids Music Channel!
Digraphs have 2 letters. Digraphs make 1 sound. Digraphs have 2 letters. Digraphs make 1. Letter S, we say S. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound. Sh, sh, sh. You hear the sh sound in these words. Shake, shake, shake. Shine, shine, shine. Shark, shark, shark. Letter T, we say T. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound. You hear the sound in these words. Thunder, thunder, thunder. 30, 30, 30. Thumb, thumb, thumb. Letter C, we say K. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound. Ch, ch, ch. You hear the ch sound in these words. Chair, chair, chair. Chew, chew, chew. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Digraphs have 2 letters. Digraphs.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop the video there because the last 2 are blends that we have not learned yet. So we reviewed the 3 that we learned, which we see here are SH, and we know SH says shh. TH, when those are together, the sound it makes is kind of have to make that with your tongue. And then the CH together, that says ch. So turn and tell somebody next to you if you can think of a word that has the sh, a word that has and a word that has ch in it. Turn and tell someone those words that you can think of. All right, and our story for today is actually going to be the same story that we read on Monday. But today we're we're going to reread this story so that we can make sure that we understand what the story is telling us. And we can also maybe learn some things that we didn't hear the first time that we read it. So when you don't understand something you read the first time, the best thing to do is to go back and reread it so that you can find details that you may have missed that will help you understand even better what the story is all about. So that's what we're doing today. And let me get out of this for just a second, because what we are rereading for today is to make sure that we understand what we're reading. And your assignment today has 3 boxes here that you need to fill out. And this will help us know if you understand what you're reading. So let's read the questions that we need to answer at the end. So that way, as we're moving through the story, we know what we're looking for. All right, so one of the questions here says, what are 2 types of bread in the story? The next one says, the text has many rhyming words. So this isn't about an actual detail from the story. What we're looking for here are rhyming words. It says find 2 rhyming words and write them out. So we're looking for rhyming words. The last thing says, what is an ingredient we add to the wheat to make bread? So we need to think about what things do we have to put all together to make bread. We have to think of one of those things and write it here, okay? So that's what we're looking for, types of breads, rhyming words, and ingredients to make bread. So as we go back and reread the story, I want you to be thinking and listening for those answers, okay? All right, so here we go. Bread comes to life. Bread is the food we eat every day. So many kinds, so many. White bread, black bread, small bread, tall bread, thin bread, twin bread, dinner rolls, bread with holes, hard, day-old, tough bread, soft, squishy, fluff bread. All right, friends, so on this page, I just read about all different kinds of bread. So think about what you just heard and think about what one of the questions was that you have to answer on your worksheet today. Bread is toast, bread is crumbs, bread is pizza, bread is buns. How is bread made? Where is it from? This baker makes his bread from scratch by sowing wheat in his backyard patch. Soon those seeds send down roots and sprout into shoots of bright green grass. The days pass and that grass grows into sturdy blades, tall and straight, finely made, with budding heads and bristly hair, gently waving in the air. Ooh, so think about what you just heard. Did you hear any rhyming words in that sentence? When the crop is ripe and old, the tops are bowed and streaked with gold, and every head of wheat contains many tiny finished grains. Time to cut the golden field, gather up the backyard yield, stack up piles of sun-dried stalks, rub them together in a threshing box. It's the simple old-time miller's craft of separating wheat from chaff. What's left are seeds, a hefty load, many times the number sowed. And each new grain of harvest wheat looks just like a loaf to eat. Now is the hour to grind those grains into whole wheat flour. With simple tools and easy rules, it's on with the show to make up some dough and bring fresh bread to life. Yeast, honey, water, flour, salt, oil, and muscle power. All right, think about that, what we just read, and think about the questions you're listening for, the answers you're listening for. Dump it, thump it, dust it, knead it, squash it, stretch it, toss it. Set it aside to rest and rise. It grows and grows to twice the size. Punch it down, give it some shape. Let it rise again, put it in to bake. Slice it fresh, it's better than cake. Ooh, and if you look very closely, do you see this right here? This is the steam or see the white? That means it is hot out of the oven, and it is most definitely fresh if it is doing that. I bet that bread is delicious. Whatever the shape it finally takes, wherever the place it finally bakes, every day we are blessed with a mountain of bread. It's the staff of life. May all be fed. All right, boys and girls. So we are now it's time to complete our worksheet for today. So our title of the story is Bread Comes to Life. And circle if the story is fiction or nonfiction. Remember, fiction is a made-up story. It's kind of a fun, silly story. Nonfiction is a story that gives us information or tells us about something. So which do you think this story is? Is it fiction or nonfiction? It is fiction. I'm trying to get my point on. I was going to circle it, but you can circle that there because this is a nonfiction book. And it says, make an illustration and write the word on the line using the text. I would rather you take up this room and these boxes to write. If you have room after you're done writing, you may draw the picture if you would like. So again, this is what we're looking for. What are two types of breads in the story? So think about that information. You may have to go back to maybe closer to the beginning of the story to find. And you're looking for two rhyming words. All you need to do is write 1, 2. Write the two words here. You do not need to illustrate them unless you would like to. And then the last question you need to answer today says, what is an ingredient we add to the wheat to make the bread? So let's go back to these couple pages. Actually, I think it's this one. So think about these ingredients. That's what it's asking you for. What is an ingredient we add to the wheat to make bread? All right. So another thing I just want you to think about today is, what if the baker did not plant the seeds first? What if that was not the first step? What if he tried to make the bread in a different order of events? Would that work? Would we still have bread at the end? What do you think? I don't think so. I think that it would not turn out to be bread. I don't know if it would turn out to be anything, really. It might just be a big mess. I don't know. And then the other thing I want you to think about is it's asking you to list an ingredient. Would bread be the same if we left out one of those ingredients? I want you to turn and tell someone close to you the answer to that. What do you think? Do we need all of the ingredients to make bread properly? Just a thought. All right, so let's see if we met our goals for today. I can read the sight words want, could, and day. Well, we practiced that, and you're going to watch your videos, so you did that. I can blend letters to make sounds. Yep, and we did that today, working on our hunks and chunks. And I can reread the story reread to understand the story. I hope as I reread the story today that you had a better understanding of what the story was trying to tell you. And I hope that you had a good enough understanding to fill out your 3 questions for today. So I look forward to seeing your work today. Have Mom or Dad take a picture and send that to me when you are all done. And boys and girls, I just want to say thank you for being such hard, great workers. And I appreciate all of the time and effort that you're putting into all of your work. So keep it up. And I will talk to you guys on Friday. Have a great day.